Regarding the sound quality for this review, I had to get a new mic, and I'm already working on getting another new one because I was not aware that the sound quality of this one was kind of absolute garbage. So bear with me. Bear with me. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This infringement of copyright is called fair use, and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news, reporting, teaching, and parody. This means you. Alright, it's time to start another series, this time where I look back on reviews and expand on thoughts I had with those episodes. I'm only a cartoon, and as such I will make mistakes and sometimes have a hard time wording just what I mean to get a point across. I will be looking back at reviews either you guys hated or I myself didn't like, and today we're starting with the big one, 12-ounce mouse. Ignoring the you just don't get it I see in the comments of that video, I could go on a rant on about that later, I want to bring up the argument that the first episode is better when you look at it beside the other two episodes, pretty much debunking my argument that the show had no story. So I did, and what I found was yes, I was wrong about the show having no story. It does have one. Mouse is hired as a hitman from Shark to take care of people who find out about a secret of the world they live in, and you can get that within the first 3 episodes. That said, though, I feel as if the story was written specifically around episode 1. Perhaps it's just me, but Hired feels like a really unfocused episode, and kinda same with episode 2 as far as that goes. These episodes were just one set piece after another, and at least in the first episode had barely anything to do with each other. It's just, they're at a job, now they're at a porn shoot, now they're at a bank, now they're at a bar, now Mouse is getting hit by meteors. Now we end the episode. Basically, the point I'm trying to get across is the next episodes after the first one do not excuse the first one not being all that great. There are still glaring flaws that legitimately bug me, and a lot of them are addressed in that video. Like, I still feel the jokes fall flat as the timing just seems wrong, such as the car scene that is in fact played for classic slapstick. It just felt shoved in and is much more awkward than it is deadpan surreal comedy. Just for one example. Another example I could bring up is the scene with Shark where he's explaining to Mouse what his job is and just kind of falls off the desk. Something else that's obviously played for a few chuckles but seems so forced to the point of just being awkward. The acting is also pretty stilted, at times making the actor seem high, though later I kinda understand that's the point with the police peanuts. The other cast also seem pretty disinterested, at least in Hired. They seem much more involved in later episodes, as there's less times where they sound like the actors just got out of bed and recorded their lines. That is incredibly distracting, especially now that I've watched the other episodes. There's also the animation. I know my animation isn't anything to look at either, but I'm still behind the fact that these guys have a studio budget. I really don't feel like they have an excuse to stand behind. It really does look like a 5-year-old drew most of the animation here, and it really feels like they cared less than the life and times of Tim did. I have seen clips later in the show, and it does look better, but in Hired, the episode I originally reviewed, the animation is actually pretty fucking abysmal, and it's really distracting at times. I don't know. You guys seem pretty rabid about me not liking 12-Ounce Mouse due to me not watching the episodes after Hired, but even after watching both Rooster and Signals, it doesn't do much for me. Hired is still an episode on its own, and it's a pretty bad one at that, at least from where I stand. I hope I was able to clear a few things up with this video, because after this video, odds are I won't be covering 12-Ounce Mouse for a very long time, if at all. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, there's a link below to a Facebook page that you guys can follow. Take care.